Howdy folks, Synthetic Mason here, and today we're going to break it up with my tiny Transformers Constructicons. That's right, and you know what that means? Devastator. Now, I've been doing these tiny Transformers for a little while. I wanted to come up with something that was pocket-sized that somebody could build with not terribly hard-to-find pieces, that they could then have a massive collection of tiny Transformers that they could play with at the playground or on the bus or wherever you would like to wage a war against good and evil in a robot transforming fashion. Nonetheless, so this is my tiny Constructicons. Starting off, we have Bone Crusher, Hook, Long Haul, Scavenger, Scrapper, and the mighty Mixmaster. I think all of these guys turn out really good, and each one does in fact have an alt mode. That's right. Because what I was trying to go for was sort of a one-step changer, something small, minimal on parts that anybody can put together. And then yes, these guys do in fact combine for their alt modes. We're going to start off with Bone Crusher here. Nice little bulldozer. Yeah. Really simple transformations. We're going to bring up his little shovel, drop down the front end. Oops. Put the shovel down on his chest. And there we go. That way, like, the top here acts as his head, and his shovel is on his chest. For Hook, we have a nice little crane vehicle here. We'll actually take the crane, rotate it all the way around, and then bring it to a position to where it's level with the front end, and there we go. Hook. On to Long Haul. Long Haul, I think, turned out really good. So, tow truck or dump truck with a working dumper. You will raise that up, rotate the cab and smokestack so that the smokestack sort of becomes his face. Bring down the body of the truck and close up the dumper. And there you go. On to Scavenger. Scavenger I always liked as a kid because he was sort of like the scorpion of the group because of his scoop on an arm there. For him, which this also works in alt mode. You can rotate the top about, but we will rotate that 360 or 180 rather. 360. I can't math, okay? 2 cups of coffee in. We'll bring down the scoop, and there you go for Mr. Scavenger. Now then, Scrapper, which was the sort of big brother to the bulldozer. Nice little treaded vehicle. You will actually rotate the top end all the way around. Bring that forward. Oops. And then down. And there we go. Now, I think in the actual toy, it should be this way, which is fine. I just kind of prefer the look of the other way. This is more G1 accurate, and he's also like the crazy tallest of the group. So for Mixmaster, super simple. We're going to raise up his mixing cement canister, rotate the cab, bring his canister back down, and there we go. That way you have like his little head poking out. So like I said, one-step changers essentially, but a nice bunch. If you want to have them sort of moving stuff around, you can give them some tiny energon here, just as examples. Them pushing stuff about. Yeah, all right. So anyways, we'll put them back into robot mode. So that's those guys. And then using these parts right here, we will make Devastator. Now I know, shame on me, he's a parts former, but Devastator was in fact a parts former. So kind of in that same G1 fashion, I'm going with the rules for combiners. I know I worked out really well for my Stunticons to form Minosaur without any extra parts. But admittedly, I still need to make a face and chest plate for him, and then maybe like a sword. For me, Minosaur always had that sword. That was look. So on to creating Devastator. Begin the process of combining these guys. We're going to start with the legs, Mixmaster and Scrapper. For the lower body, I have a minifigure stand and 2 green 1x1s with a single male modified plate on the side. And to combine those, we will take Mixmaster, kick him off to one side there. We will take Scrapper, and for Scrapper we need to alter the position of his bucket so that it acts as a foot. And there we go. Nice little lower body, not terribly complicated. We will then take Long Haul here and actually place him on the minifigure stand, and we are going to open up the back of his or the dumper on his truck and leave that for for the center section of his body. And now we will take Hook, who famously is the shoulders and chest of Devastator, and just like in the original toy, sort of fold him in half where his face and his back end are in the same spot. And then we'll place that connecting to Long Haul through his exhaust pipe. And now we will take the gun arm. Oops. I need to make sure that Hook is floating forward on top of Long Haul. And then we will attach the right arm. And then after attaching the right arm, we can then take Scavenger here, I believe. I've messed up the order. I have them all written down. I'm cheating. And I like to just sort of put his arm or his little shovel in a upward position. And we will then connect that to the side here. And then with the other arm, that will then connect into the bottom of Hook. And we will then take Mr. Bone Crusher here, making sure that his cup or scoop is totally in its upward position. And then we'll place him on the arm there. And now for the head. It's a two-part. So we'll actually take this jumper plate that is on his back, move up Hook's hook, place it on the back here, and then lower his hook back down. And now you'll be able to, through this 1x3 that's attached to the neck and chest, be able to attach that to the body. And here we go, folks. What you've all been waiting for. Tiny Lego Transformers Devastator. Now, is that awesome or what? Now, yes, I'm going to show you how to put your very own Devastator together. But just as a size comparison, aside from seeing a minifigure there, we're going to put Optimus Prime here next to Devastator. And this is the moment when Optimus Prime calls for backup, because even Ultra Magnus isn't tall enough to deal with Devastator. So, I wonder what our Autobots are going to have to do. They may soon enlist the aid of a certain prehistoric Transformer gang. At least, to my memory, that's how they dealt with the Decepticons. I don't have any Autobot combiners, so maybe that's a thing to think about. But I would like to get some dinosaurs in the mix. A big certain T-Rex, maybe a certain beneficial member to the Autobots now that Devastator and Minosaur are in play. But yeah, to show you what I got going on here, he's got a little bit of back kibble because of Long Haul, but it's fun. He's got, the crane is where it's supposed to be. Each Constructicon is in their proper position. Minimal amount of added pieces for them to combine. And I enjoy the crud out of this. I think it's a bunch of fun. Alrighty, we're just going to go down the list. For Bone Crusher, very simple little bulldozer. I'm going to give them a breakdown and we'll put them together. Alright, for Lego Bone Crusher, these are the parts that you'll need. More or less, that's a similar order to which they will go back together. So let's put them together, folks. We'll start with a 1x3 for the tank treads. And take two 1x2s in the lime green. If you have a 2x2 lime green, even better. That's just what I happen to have. We'll then take a 1x2 regular brick, 1x2 plate, 1x2 regular brick, a jumper plate, and then we will have our, I think yellow looks best. You could use clear, translucent of any color really, all in your choosing. Heck, you could even use just a green there if you'd like. So once we have this portion together, you can put the 1x2 modified hinge brick, a black 1x2 jumper, your horizontal clip, your 1x2 modified bar bracket, and two lime green cheese wedges, which if you have the 1x2 lime green cheese wedges, use that instead. This is what I have. Unfortunately, lime green I'm amassing a nice little collection of, but like pink, it's something I don't have a bunch of. So here is Lego G1 Tiny Transformer Bone Crusher. On to Hook. So for Hook here, we have a really nice little crane truck. The crane is posable due to transformation. He has that joint. But yeah, nice little truck. These are the parts that you'll need to build your very own Tiny Transformer Hook. And let's put them together. So this one you can start with that hinge brick. And we're going to take two 1x2 regular plates and a 2x2. Like I said, if you have more of these 2x2s, use them in the place where you use two 1x2s side by side. Adds stability. We will then take a vent brick to put on here to simulate the motory bits. We'll have that purple plate on the back side because that's going to end up being sort of his face in the robot mode. A lime green jumper plate. And now for the front, we have a 1x2 in lime green, two 1x2s, or another 2x2, cheese wedge, light stud, or translucent light stud, and a single 1x tile. Now for the arm, we're going to take a neon green or lime green clip, a 1x2 small bracket, the 1x4 lime green tile, and then we will take a Exoforce robot hand and a 1x vertical clip and place that in there and then push the little clip so that it's all the way up inside. And there we go. Tiny little Transformers hook. On to Long Haul. Like I said earlier, I'm very proud of Long Haul. He was one that I was nervous about because of his stockiness, and I was afraid I wasn't going to be able to both convey a stocky robot and a stocky truck in the same design. But here we go. So, now if you'd like, this is something that I kind of half designed. If you remove the back plate on him, you can then make it look like he's really hauling something. Got a little inner John brick on the back there. Still has the dump truck shape. But anyways, these are the parts you'll need to build Long Haul. So we'll start from the bottom and build up. Start with two of these 1x2 modified side bricks. And we will place a 1x2 lime green, followed by a 1x2 lime green tile. And then we will place our 1x2 modified hinge brick with a 2x2 top hinge. We will then place either a 2x2 or two 1x2 of the regular tiles, or plates. Then you'll have 3 1x2 tiles, 2 hanging off, 1 in the back here. Ideally, I'd like to have a 2x2 single tile to go right there. Don't have one in my possession, so that's what I got. For the second half, we will take a modified double horizontal 1x2 clip, attach that to the back section. We will take a single 1x2 green, followed by a 1x2 modified side bracket, or side 1x2. One of these brand new black ingot pieces, I believe that's what they're called. And then we will place a 2x2 jumper for the cab and smokestack. We're just going to have a 1x2 plate with a 1x tile and a black pip. And there we go. On to Scrapper. So Scrapper here is a nice little sort of swing arm bucket thing with his purple treads. He's a fun one. I like him. Here we go. And these are the parts you'll need for Scrapper. I'm going to start with our 2x3 purple base plate, and we will then put on there 1 green jump plate, 1 lime green tile, and 2 cheese wedges, or 1 1x2 cheese wedge, and that'll make the bottom section of his vehicle mode. Now we are going to start with 1 1x2 side bracket, place a 1x2 plate, oops. You will then take that same piece, and we're going to put on 1x2 tile and a 1x2 jumper plate, and then we will take this guy and put him back here. So therein making the full base of the rotary top plate. And we'll have our little window section. Once again, I just preferred to use the yellow. I have a weird thing for trans yellow. Love that color. But I chose that. You're welcome to choose any colors of your choosing. We're going to start by putting the little drone arm on the plate, or to the bracket, attach it to the other bracket, and then you'll put your 1x2 green tile to make the cup. And now what we're going to do is we're actually going to connect the jumper plate to the center sort of negative pip of the bracket, so that way it sits centered and has the ability to rotate, as well as to rotate all the way around for transformation. So there we go, Lego Scrapper. On to Scavenger. Now for Scavenger, I was able to sort of give him a head, but it does end up making him the tallest of the bunch. But I think he turned out fun. Now these are the parts you'll need for your Scavenger. We'll start with your choice, either 2 1x2 black plates or 1 2x4 black plates. These are 1x4. I can number, I promise. We will then take the 2x2 on one side. Then we will add the 1x2 plate, the 1x2 jumper, and then 2 1x2 jumpers with a 1x tile, sort of acting as the front engine area. For the back section, we will take another one of these 1x2 black modified brackets, add a single tile, and now we're going to add his head / the control sitting spot. That'll go there. We'll add our 2 droid arms, the other 1x2 modified bracket, and then your 2 or your 1x2 cheese wedge in that same lime green color. And then that will just rest on top of the body of the vehicle. And there you go. And then that transformation for him just rotates all the way around, brings that down, comes up. Now, like I said, I prefer him to sit like this on the table. This is more G1 accurate because his shovel was on the back end. Nonetheless, it's up to you. Once you build it, mind you, I'd love to get credit if you post them, but they're yours. If I ever make a tutorial, please, folks, make them, enjoy them, modify them, make them better. And on to Mixmaster. These are the parts you'll need for Mixmaster. We'll start with the bottom here. And we'll clip on the 1x2 black plate. Sorry, 2x2. The 1x2 green plate. The 1x2 jumper plate. You'll take the green tile and the 1x2 clear trans. Put that on the face. There we go with the front of the truck. And we'll place the 1x tile behind the black one there. Your 1x2 modified hinge top brick will go on the 1x2 green. And then you'll place a single purple pip on that 2x2 cylinder. And then we'll drop that in position to give him a nice shape. And then for transformation, he's just going up like that. All right. Now on to the meat. This stuff. Very simple. For his waist, all you need is two 1x2 green modified side pip bricks. And those will go to the far corners of the minifigure stand. For the arms, it is a 1x2 modified gray plate with a 1x2 new bracket, a top clip 1x, and 2 washing machine bricks. And that is the left arm. For the right arm, we will just mirror that. For the gun, we have a 1x2 side bracket with a 1x horizontal clip, a 1x double-sided black brick, a 1x technique brick with a purple vent on top of all that. We'll then add a 1x cylinder, and then the 1x sort of candlestick cylinder, almost lightsaber bit, which we'll plug in the end there. And then to attach that to the hand, we'll just simply plug it in. And now on to the most complicated piece of Devastator, his noggin. I'm going to show you in 3 parts here. This is the most important. A 1x3 to a 1x2 jumper plate. In transformation, you'll put this onto your hook, and then you will attach the rest of it to it. So there is that piece. That's the neck. For the head, like I do with a lot of my Transformer heads, we will use a Travis brick with a single black pip on the back, a dark gray 1x tile on the front, 2 black 1x2 jumper plates for the sides of his head, a single 1x2 to be the foremost top of his head, and then 2 1x2 jumper plates to give him that subtle rib across the top of his head. And then that will all attach to the furthest end of that 1x3. Now for his chest, we have a 1x jumper plate attached to a 1x2 modified side with 1x2 on the side. You'll then place a green 1x2, 2 purple 1x2 roll tops, Those will then rest inside of this 2x2 purple fender piece with a 1x2 purple plate on it, tile. That will then plug in together like that and attach below the head on the neck bracket. And now to put this guy all together, I'm going to start with that minifigure base plate with the 2 bricks on the bottom. We will get our Mixmaster and our Scrapper. Scrapper will go into sort of a foot mode. It looks like that droid arm has just given out on me. Shucks. Alright, well, he'll make it to the end of the episode. So he's in foot mode. Mixmaster in foot mode. We will then attach on the innermost so that the legs are sort of 2 studs away from one another. And then if you'd like, you can then rotate using the stud friction of these bricks here underneath the minifigure stand to sort of give him a wider stance. Also makes it easier for him to stand. And then we will take long haul here, bring back his dumper, and attach him to the center because he is the core of the whole mess. We will then take Hook, fold him in half, and he will attach onto long haul, but using the furthermost, so he sort of floats above long haul. And now we will attach the arms, floating them underneath. Other arm with the gun already attached, also floating underneath. We're taking shape, folks. And then we'll take Scavenger here, put his winch arm up in a top position there, and place him onto the right side of Devastator. Bone Crusher do the same on the left side. And then, like I said, for the head and chest, we'll actually take this jumper plate here and place it on the back of Hook. And we'll go ahead and bring up long haul's dumper. And now with that 1x3, we will extend it back and clip on to that 1x jumper plate. And there we go, folks. Devastator. So I hope you enjoyed. I've got more of these on the way. I do have all of my Decepticons as well as all of my Autobots to go through. I hope you don't need a tutorial for tiny stacks of Energon. Very simple, and they look very nice with any micro scale transformer setup. Once again, pink bits, hard to find. So yeah, folks, thanks for breaking it up with me. As always, tell me what you think. And if you have any suggestions for that Autobot combiner that I am definitely overdue for, let me know. We've got a bunch, well, 3 that stick out to me specifically as far as Autobot combiners. But if there's one that you're just dying to see, if I get enough people letting me know that that's the one they want, then that will be the next one that I put together. So as always, thanks for breaking it up with me, folks, and keep building.